Great
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you all doing? Hey, ladies, how y'all doing? Beautiful ladies.
Doing fine.
Good morning.
Good
Thank y'all
morning.
for having me up in here on the BYOB Morning Show. You know, that's how they do on the radio. But good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Go ahead on, share out this broadcast. Go ahead on and get registered at www.blackwomenequalpay.com. Also, I need you to invite your friends, invite your neighbors, your co-workers, everybody, because we are going to give it to you today. Perfection versus procrastination. You lose. Okay, you lose. So how are you all feeling this morning, ladies? And what do you think about getting certified and getting paid?
I think this is an excellent subject to talk about because I think perfection and procrastination is two of the biggest things that entrepreneurs struggle with. A lot of people have this perfection cap that we have, like everything has to be in a row in order for us to get started. And I think what we all just don't like to admit is that nothing is ever really perfectly aligned. And if you keep waiting for things to be perfect, you're going to be waiting forever and it's never going to get done. And instead of you saying, I have done, you're going to be saying, well, I was going to.
Mm-hmm. Or I was thinking about.
Or I was about
or
to.
Or either one day. Right. One day or one day when.
I'm gonna get to that in a minute.
I think it all when you don't do the things that you want to do, I think that leads to bitterness. Just simply when you stop yourself from doing something that you really want to do and you don't dive into it, it leaves regret. And then regret turns into bitterness when you see other people doing it and succeeding in that same thing that you should have, would have, could have, should have done. I heard someone talk about how when they were growing up, they knew that they used to put their bacon inside the microwave. And that they was like, someone should invent something to put the bacon on the tray. And now it's I shoulda, coulda, woulda, because somebody did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So perfection, it doesn't matter. Things don't get perfect until you've done it repeatedly. Coca-Cola is a great example. People look at Coca-Cola all the time and we see this big, beautiful brand that's everywhere. And I like to say that when Coca-Cola was going around, it's just a drink. When it was going around, they wasn't just like, hey, try my pop, get it for free, get it for free, get it for free. They would have conversations with people and then be like, oh, are you thirsty? That you just get on it just like that. So make little steps.
Mm-hmm.
The little steps, they really do matter, because even with procrastination, whether let's say you've been saying, oh, I'm gonna make my business legal. Well, then go ahead. Make it every day. Instead of saying, I'm going to, every day, do something that's going to be like, I already got that done.
Mm-hmm. And think about it like this. You could think about vehicles. You could think about books. You could think about recipes. They come out with a different version almost every year. Like this year, the car probably has heated seats. You probably wanted to put heated seats in there when you first put the product out there, but go ahead and put the product out there and you could add on heated seats next time, when you come out with the new version or whatever. Then you have people with the books. Sometimes they release an ebook. Then they got their book out there, right? But then they may say, I want a hardback this time. They go and put it on hardback. Then you have some people that say, I like to fold my book. So you go put it in the regular soft color. Okay, so you can always go back and do your edits. You can always go back and correct things. You can always go back and re-release items. And people sometimes, when you re-release stuff and take down the old one, they forget about the old one. some of the time. So you have to go ahead on and get started. Go ahead on, especially if there is something out there that can help you get to moving a little bit faster, help you learn how to do it the proper way. Dun, 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 dun.
Y'all had me running down the street trying to catch the bus. I said, I know that damn Dion Saul say, I said I'm
I did. I did. We said you was coming. We said you was coming.
So,
Don't look at me like a little kid. I ain't pressed the button. I ain't pressed the button.
so who pressed the gas?
Oh, you don't tell. You gonna tell.
I ain't pressed the gas.
Who pulled out from the curb? That was you, Rose.
Look at Chiquita.
Dion, I came in the broadcast and said, let me get some presentable clothes on.
Oh, is that what you said?
I wasn't Ola. Ola, no.
Yes.
I was almost the first one here.
I know you said you was coming back.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Coach. I love you.
That's all right.
I love this show. This
My
stuff
memory
is
long.
so-
My memory is long.
And because why it looked like you was running down the street and you just laid in the chair.
And then, but wait a minute. Because all morning I've been looking down the street for the bus. You know how you look down the street for the bus? You walk out from the curb and look. Since you see it coming, I've been looking for the bus all morning. Because, that was my signal, go, get your bus pass. Double Dutch bus coming down the street. Loaf and dirty, fatso better suffer your feet. Get on the bus, pay your fare, and tell the driver that you're going to a double Dutch affair. 5, 4, fun. Well, I'll be dog. Here we come. The double Dutch bus coming down the street. You better get on the floor, move your feet. Y'all remember that?
Yes,
Yes, I even do.
D.
I
Morris.
remember that, Ebony.
Because I love music. And music moves me. So usually it takes me one time to hear a song and I get the beat in my head forever.
Okay.
D. Morris said you had to call the terminal and had the bus turn around.
Yeah, they don't do that though. They tell you better catch that 815 number D. Get it downtown.
Oh my God.
He said, what he said, well, I missed the bus. I know I'm late. I got to do something I know I hate. I got to walk to work. 15 blocks. I already got a hold in my thought. Go ahead and laugh. That's okay, because what I really want to say, got bad feet, corns hurt, top it off, late for work.
I just know the corners you got the worst down.
I don't know how I remember so much stuff. Sometimes I just want to shake it out of my head into a big bowl. And just be like, take all this because I don't need none of it. What we talking about this morning?
Procrastination.
Oh Lord.
Perfection versus procrastination.
It's a good topic.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all be so busy trying to get everything just right.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize that the longer you hold it, the more money you losing.
Oh,
multi-billion-dollar corporations are putting stuff out there raggedy. Apple. Y'all gonna go stand in line with tents, campfires, roasting weenies, making spoils for 4 days outside the Apple store. So wait on the apple that they told you. It's full of bugs.
Wow.
I remember they released one apple was so full of bugs, one of the operating systems, it would just call people. People would just be on when they I don't remember when they was catching on fire, Mama.
Oh yeah.
Because baby, I'd have got my matches and had me a little lawsuit.
And some of the phones they was overheating. Some of them was battery pack or something was overheating.
Baby,
that was Samsung.
Oh, Samsung.
No 7. It was a Samsung No 7.
I'd have did everything I could to get a burn. I'm gonna burn myself just a little, That little dot, like that woman at McDonald's said the coffee was hot.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Maybe she got millions. She got millions of dollars Now, what do you do if you get a cup of cold coffee? You sit it back, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's cold. You coffee
But
supposed to
it's coffee by its very nature, without the word iced in
ice in
front.
it. That's right.
Right, but I'm telling y'all. So listen, not only should you be launching, I want y'all to get the concept of doing it big. And that is nothing wrong with doing it big. And I'm gonna show y'all what doing it big look like in about 5 more days. Because I'm gonna do it big. The fall is no different doing it big or small. As a matter of fact, when you do it big, you're less likely to fail because of all the resources it takes. Stop trying to inch your stuff out there, being afraid to put it out there, worried about what people gonna say. Because at the end of the day, I done told y'all, them people ain't paying your bills.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you so consumed with the rhetoric. And them people, half of them wish they was doing what you was doing, and the other half ain't got enough sense to wish they was doing what you was doing. Let them go on and stay at them jobs. But when you come out here to these streets, if you put as much energy and effort into these streets as you put into your job, you're gonna make tenfold of what you could ever make at that job. But stop trying to make everything perfect and get it out there. Cause can't nobody buy it while it's sitting in your notebook or sitting in your laptop. Or
Yep.
even worse, half of y'all carrying around $1 million ideas in y'all head.
You know, I wanted to tell the audience, if you guys haven't already, you guys really, really, really do want to get to volunteering with the brand. And I'm going to tell you my personal experience of being in that back office yesterday and listening to Coach and all the things, like just seeing the outline of all of her stuff, that let me know that I can do the same thing. When I'm able to see someone else do something, then if you were able to do it, then why can't I?
But it also lets you know the type of resources
That's out
it
there.
takes
That it takes.
to
Yeah.
pull off something of that caliber. And
Two
that's
good-
why relationships are everything. Your 3 little friends, baby, they not gonna get it. They might be your happy hour buddies. They might buy you a drink. They might buy you a drink. But when it comes to really being able to lift that payload, I tell people, look, I have a great memory. The people that's helping me launch, when it's time for them to launch, I'm gonna get they back in some shape, form, or fashion. Because if you don't do that, if you don't collaborate, it's a lot for one person.
Yeah.
It's a lot for 2 people. It's a lot for 3 people. You're gonna need by 40, by 50. Yeah. Whoever you can come up with. So you need to start doing good deeds for people now. So when it's time for you to launch, you can be like, girl, remember that time? Girl, remember when I had help you?
And I've actually started doing that. And in the process of me doing that, I realized how, like, when you had said that businesses are built on relationships, my mindset years ago, I knew this information, but I didn't know the value of knowing that type of information. Now, when I'm thinking about relationships, I'm building relationships that can help me in my business. I'm also helping them in theirs. So now I'm finally building those give and take relationships with people that I actually value. I actually like going places with these people because I know that we're both going to get something out of it. I'm doing things with a purpose now. Nothing is just being done just to be done.
For the heck of it.
And that is so beautiful to me, because being in the room with like-minded people and people that you know what their intention is right off the gate, that takes away half the stress of meeting new people.
And you have to be deliberate about the things that you do. You have to do things on purpose. So everywhere I go has an intention. I know what to expect when I get there, what I want the outcome to be. Every action, I know what I expect for the outcome to be, and I know why I'm doing it. And sometimes we've done things for so long that we have forgotten why we do them in the first place. But perfection is just another fear mechanism, and it's telling you you're not ready. When in actuality, there are going to be some things you're not going to learn until you put stuff out there. It would be great if you could learn everything before you put stuff out there, but it's not like that. Even in laboratory tests, even with this COVID vaccine, it may act one way with the viral bacteria in the lab, put it in human trials, and it acts totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So
why I'm gonna let everybody else do that first.
you
Yeah.
got to come out the lab and you got to do some stuff in order for it to work. And unfortunately, there's not a fail-proof way. There's not a safe way. There's not a you're going to get out of this unscathed. Coaching helps, but it doesn't mitigate all of your challenges. It just doesn't. It
It's
doesn't.
it's like when you growing up, your parents always taught you gotta crawl before you walk. And so like that's how it is with the perfection thing. You gotta try it. You never gonna be perfect. You just gonna have to step out there and give it a try. And like you said, coach, sometimes you won't know until you actually do it. You don't know how it's gonna react. So don't be afraid to just get out there and do it, because if you keep waiting, like Ebony said earlier, if you keep waiting to try to get it perfect, you're never gonna get it. You still just be sitting there waiting and
And the
nothing's
funny thing
happening.
is, Ola, while you sitting there trying to make it perfect, the people that you created it for, number one, they need it.
Yeah.
They don't care whether it's perfect or not. They like, where's my help? Number two, they're not gonna know it's not perfect. The only person that's gonna know it's not perfect is
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
The only person that sees that typo, the only person that sees that it's incomplete, the only person that sees it's not 100% right is you. That person that need that help. Y'all president, when he had COVID and they started throwing them vaccines at him, he didn't care that they wasn't tested. He didn't care that they wasn't perfect.
Mhm.
He took them vaccines and he eased on down the road.
Yeah.
And if you were sick, you wouldn't care either. So stop holding back your greatness. Stop holding back your intellect. Stop holding back your ideas. And a part of the problem is you don't have a litmus test. You don't have
Yeah.
a measurement to say, am I on the right course or am I not? So take this certification program. Thank you for sharing, Miss Joanne. Take this certification program so that you can have a measure of are you on the right track or not, which will give you more confidence, because that's all perfection is saying. Perfection is saying, I'm not confident that I'm going to be able to do this just right. So get some help so you can reaffirm your confidence, so you can reinforce your confidence, so you can put it out there and not be afraid of putting it out there, and charge for it and not be afraid. www.blackwomanequalpay.com. If you haven't shared the broadcast already, if you're not interested, can I get your commitment to tell 5 friends? If you're not interested, can you share the broadcast? Because literally, there are people out there paying $10,000 or $15,000 for a lesser certification that's not going to teach you how to build a business. So we want to make sure that people get not only the help they need, but get it at an affordable cost, because it's hard out there right now, and people know it. So we open up these grant opportunities so that you can take some pressure off and still get what you need to continue to transition during this time of difficulty. Yes, COVID is out there. Yes, people are getting laid off, but the internet's not waiting. Life's not waiting. Y'all realize it is October?
I know.
Where did
Already.
the year go?
I know. And why the year's gone, but why we had like 6 months you locked in pretty much. And those 6 months you could have been doing something with yourself.
And still
But
can.
yeah, so
Well,
it's still
everybody,
available.
I heard a lot of people talking about how, oh, people ain't got no money, everybody's, poor. And
Not
I would
true.
tell people, I don't know what you going or what you doing, but my business is flourishing and I make wigs. And people ain't even got nowhere to wear their wigs. But that ain't stopping them from putting their wig on, getting cute in their house, building their self-confidence up, working on them, everything else that people finally have time for. So all because you may be suffering, don't put that off on other people.
And let me tell you guys something else. People are saving money on gas, money on car insurance, money on not eating out lunches at work. Ain't no happy hours. You're not going to the movies. You're not going to the club. People is saving money at a record rate. Not because you're not going to the mall like you used to. Not because they even want to, but because current situations preclude them from spending money like they spent money in the past. So people are looking up and literally having extra money.
So you should take that extra money and
And you got extra time.
and get,
People got
yeah,
extra
you got extra
time.
time and money. So use
Yes,
that. Get certified.
yes. Like I think 2020 is the year that people finally realized, or at least could see, how important it is to choose you. I know for me, I've had instances in my life where it showed me, but 2020 was definitely that kicker. If you want to provide for your family consistently, you can do that now. Also, a lot of the way the world was going was moving so fast. We were all moving so fast. And COVID made you sit back and really have to think about, who are you? Who am I? And when people had to sit back and say, who am I? A lot of people did not have the answers. So COVID really gave people the opportunity to be able to answer those questions. So when you ask yourself, who are you? Answer that and then go over to www.blackwomanequalpay and get a certification that reflects that.
That's good, Ebony. Who are you and what are you doing for you? You know, you can say who are you, but you're doing stuff for everybody else and you're not doing anything for yourself. So do something for you. You have that time, you had that time to think about what you want to do, and like you say, you have so many ideas running through your head. You need to take those ideas and do something with them. And even when you go to www.blackwomanequalpay.com, you may not know exactly what you want to do, but get it in here, get registered, and there'll be some help to help you decide which one of those things in your head is what you want to do with yourself. So choose you and stop procrastination. You're never going to be perfect on doing that thing. Just do it. Get
And you
registered right
know,
now.
a lot of times people can describe themselves as, I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm gentle. But when people describe they describe themselves of who they are to other people.
Yeah.
Who are you to you? See, that question right there, I just flipped it. And you guys really got to sit back and really think about not who you are for everybody else. Because we all know we got stuck in our houses and we had to look at ourselves in the mirror. Hey, person up the street couldn't call no more because you can't come down and fix nothing because everybody's scared of the COVID. I ain't going to nobody's house. Don't nobody want you in their house. So who are you when you were stuck in your house looking at the four walls?
And do you like what you see?
Yes.
I think more than anything, understanding that if you don't like what you see, having to do all this time by yourself, ask yourself, how did you get there? And what are you going to do to get to the next level? And be honest with yourself about whether you like what you see or not. Do you like the house you living in? Do you like the car you driving? Do you like the job you working at? And if you don't understand, it's time for you to do something about it. Nobody is coming to rescue you.
True.
Nobody's going to come and just deposit money in your bank account. Nobody is going to come and just rescue you from your job and give you another job. Nobody's going to come and just give you a business to work. Nobody's going to do that. If you need to be saved, now is the time. Who knows? And I'm going to tell you, I look at COVID as a blessing. I look at COVID as a blessing because at the end of the day, who knows when we'll have a chance to slow down like this again?
It's true.
Who knows when we'll have a chance not to rip and run? I don't know about y'all, but I'm still very, very careful as to where I go. I'm still um, very careful as to, who I'm around. And it's important. It's important. So if I were you, I would use this time wisely.
And a lot of times that's what we're not doing. We're not using our time wisely. We're doing everything but what we need to be doing. And like you said, take a look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing for me? How's it going to help me? And most people don't do that. They're trying to figure out who else they can help. The phone ring, they can't wait to go help somebody else. They're not helping themselves. So you need to take a look at yourself and say, what am I doing for me? How am I helping me? How am I helping my family? How is this going to help me do something for my family in the long run? Especially if you have children. Are your children looking at you and saying, Mama, um, what we gonna do? Because when they ask you to do something you can't afford to do it, it's because you're not doing what you need to do for yourself to save your family, to secure your family in the future. You're not gonna be here forever, so you want to make sure you have something for your family later on in life. And so that means you need to get up and hustle and do what you need to do to help yourself and help your
Ooh,
family.
Christmas right around the corner too. And I would have had it. How was it for y'all during Christmas time growing up? Because I know for me, we used to have toys everywhere up under that tree. And I kid you not, since I done had kids, my kids don't play with GI Joes. My kids don't. They play with them little toy dollar trucks for maybe 5, 6 months. That's it. They want the VR sets. They want PlayStations. They want them remote control cars, the scooters, and all of these items are $150 and up. So even Christmas time is changing because you can't really do no great Christmas with a budget under $1,000.
So, Christmas when I was growing up, they wasn't spending money like that for Christmas when I was growing up.
No.
The way I grew up. The way I grew up, you might have got some clothes. You might have got some clothes. You're going to get some underwear and socks. You're
Yeah.
going to get a couple of outfits in a good year. You might get one big toy, a big wheel or a light bright. You're going to get a couple of dolls. I say that to say a lot of us, and even when my kids got older and I started building this business, I focused more on their future and being able to help them in their future. And what you don't realize is that when you procrastinate, you are costing not just yourself opportunity in the future, you're also costing your children opportunity in the future. You're costing them the ability to go to college. You're costing them the opportunity to have you help them. Yeah, you might be helping them now with their homework, but when they get older, they're gonna need help with rent, help
Yeah.
with car notes. Can you help them? And a lot of times you can't help them because you're too busy uh helping other people and not helping yourself
It's true.
and hanging back, waiting on things to be different. And guys, if you don't start changing things for yourself, they're not gonna just change.
Because the difference is you doing something for you. That's what the difference should be. You taking care of you. Get involved. Get registered and get into these grants and get your certification. And that'll give you something to hold on to for forever. You get certified, become a coach. Do this for you. As we said, go to www.blackwomenequalpay.com, get registered, get certified. These opportunities won't be here forever. So you need to go on and grab one now while you can. Do this for yourself. And like Coach said, do it for your children to be able to help them later on in life. You know, Nowadays, I know everybody was saying, toys for kids. When we were growing up, it was 7 of us. So we got, the girls got a couple of skirts and tops or a dress, and the boys got, some church clothes and some school clothes. We each got a toy, and then we got like a little, like the little stockings that you had. It had like fruit and candy in it. That was
Yep.
our Christmas. Yeah,
Fruit and nuts.
yeah,
You got everybody, we eat pecans, walnuts,
yeah,
oranges. You
yeah.
might get a couple of candy canes and a couple of butterscotch. But I'm telling you, so this is that relative. Why you running around saying, I don't have money for this or that, and then you out spending thousands on a Christmas for your kids? Girl, let me tell you, you buying cell phones cost 1,000 for children, video games, that new PlayStation 5, if you can get it. If you can get it, you're gonna pay at least $1,000 for it. That's not futuristic for your kids.
And 9 times out of 10, you buy all that stuff for your kids. They play with it for a minute, and that you done spend all that money on those toys. That child played with it for like an hour, and then they went on. They took a empty box and played and had more fun at empty box than they did in that
Yep,
$1,000 toy you bought.
that was definitely my kids. But I
Yeah, I
tell you,
just experienced
even when
that.
I first got a divorce, it was Christmases that we just didn't have a lot.
Mhm.
And I talked to my kids about it. I said, uh, we got to make some choices. I'm trying to build this business. You're not gonna get a lot, but you'll have what you need. One year, I gave all my kids like a $20 gift card to their favorite restaurant. That was it. But my kids ain't got no student loans. My kids drive cars that's paid for. I'm about to buy all my children a house. So if you're not willing to sacrifice something now, you won't have shit later. And that's the truth of the matter. You gotta sometimes give up something to have something. And it's so many people that you want it all. You want it all right now. You want to live like this celebrity and that celebrity.
It's called sacrifice. You got to make some sacrifices for things that you want later
And you
on
know
in
what?
life.
Sacrifice is something that people don't see.
Yeah,
I tell y'all all the time, it takes money to make money. At what point are you going to spend some money to make some money?
it's true.
And if you don't, how's that going to impact you later when you don't have the money to retire? How's that going to impact you later when you don't have money for your business? How's that going to impact your kids later when it's time for them to go to college? When it's time for them to start their businesses?
It's
So you
true.
got to start looking down the road and having real conversations, not just with your kids, but with your family too.
You know,
Because people got to understand, if you don't invest in your next level, not only you won't have nothing, but this next generation won't either.
and you need to realize that you're the adult and you'll have the control of what your child does. Some of us let our children determine what we do with our money, and that's not what you should be doing. You're an adult. You should have control on how you do how you work with your money, and that child's a child. And if you teach them that, then as they grow up, they'll know that they have control of their life. Like they'll see you've been an example to them. They'll see you and say, "Oh yeah, Mama did this and Mama did that. She took control, and that she's going on with her life. And look at us now. We can do this, we can do that because of what we learned from our mother."
Miss Ola, that's a whole nother broadcast.
Mhm.
Cause nowadays it seems like these doggone kids are running the families.
I know.
These kids are running the parents. And I don't understand that.
Me either. But I would just suggest that you get certified right now. Go to www.blackwomenequalpay.com and get certified. Be something. Do something with your life.
And then also what ends up happening is once you come over here to this community and you get certified, you're able to have the conversations that you weren't able to have with other people because they were not like-minded. And what happens when you're able to have conversations with like-minded people, they are able to push you into thinking about other things. And you're going to realize that you're going to wake up being rejoiced, rejuvenated, and just ready to really start your day because the world is such a beautiful place when you're around the right people.
That's
When
true.
you are living in your purpose and you are walking your path, oh, it is so joyful. It is so something to smile about, something to you make your coffee dinner different, not dinner, different. You walk around your house different. You see different things that you want to start to do, and you start going places that you never even thought you wanted to go, because when you're able to talk to people and really open up and they understand you, that is just it just brings you different purpose. It makes you move your shoulders a little bit different. Next thing you know, you bopping your head to all the music that you got in your head. You
But it
just
also makes you feel like you're not a pariah and you're not a loner. You're not by yourself. You may be in a city or state or town where nobody understands that you want to do more than just be born in this little bitty town and die in this little bitty town. That you want to do more than just going to work in this little bitty town and you know working there for the rest of your life. People may not understand that where you are, and that's what makes to me the internet a great place, is because you can reach out and connect with people that are far beyond where you are in your current city. So don't procrastinate. I'm gonna get out of here because I've been working since 5 o'clock this morning, and my to-do list is it ain't getting no smaller. So we're gonna get out of here this morning. But guys, go to www.blackwomenequalpay.com. If you don't, if you don't want to take advantage of this opportunity, share it with your cousins, your aunts, your friends. Share it with somebody else, because that's the part that we don't do. We don't pass opportunities around. And let me tell you, I saw University of Phoenix offered $1 million in grants the other day. I saw, look like somebody borrowing our idea. But don't think that this school opportunity is any different than a University of Phoenix. Don't think this school opportunity is any different than any other class you're going to go to. But this is a school about making money. And that makes it super important. So, all right, you guys have a great day.
All right. Bye.